The Blind Assassin by Margaret Atwood. The novel's protagonist, Iris Chase, and her little sister Laura grow up well off but motherless in a small town in southern Ontario. As an old woman, Iris recalls the events and relationships of her childhood, youth, and middle age, including her unhappy marriage to Toronto businessman Richard Griffin. The book includes a novel within a novel, attributed to Laura Chase but published by Iris. It is about Alex Thomas, a politically radical author of pulp science fiction who has an ambiguous relationship with the sisters. The third story embedded into it is The Blind Assassin, a science fiction story told by Alex's fictional counterpart to the second novel's protagonist, believed to be Laura's fictional counterpart. With the use of possessions, family love, and death, these all showcase how love can have negative consequences. Love for possessions can have negative consequences in someone's life. Specifically, Norval Chase's factory suffered financially from his love, as he could not bear to close down the factory during the Depression, as it had been a family heirloom, showing how love can cause misjudgment. Also, when the factory did permanently close down, Norval's love for the factory turned into sadness and anguish, pushing him to drink and accidentally kill himself. This shows how impactful losing loved possessions can be. According to Tim Kaser, psychological attachment to possessions have been known to have devastatingly negative consequences, such as depression, selfishness, and poor relationships. The sentimentality for possessions has negative implications such as misjudgment, deep sorrow to the point of death, and it can affect the mental health of people. Family is a word associated with warmth and care, but family affection can often lead to negative consequences. When Norval dies, his daughter, Laura Chase, becomes overcome with distress as she calls Iris. As Laura has become distraught, it shows family love can become sadness, extreme pain after the loss of a family member. Another instance of family love is a mother's sacrifice. A mother's sacrifice has negative consequences to the mother's physical health. After the birth of her own daughter, Laura Chase, her mother, Liliana Chase, falls ill. Liliana's sacrifice for Laura shows how such an intimate love can inflict physical pain. Families can leave negative implications on children. As stated by Louis Ken, at a young age, the death of a family member, specifically parents, can damage the development of a child's physical health, neurobiological, and psychological systems, such as self-esteem and migraines. Family love can have negative consequences, as it can have grief and mental, physical implications. Done. Finally, death is the most traumatic and severe consequence for love. When nobody loves Laura, she finds out that her sister is having an affair with the love of her life, Alex Thomas. It pushes her to go insane. In addition, when Laura finds out, she takes Iris's car and takes extreme measures on her life, eventually killing herself. This shows how having zero love can have negative consequences, pushing insanity and possible death. Losing love slowly takes a toll on the soul and the body of a person till the day they die. When Iris Chase is an elderly woman, she suffers from medical issues which slowly affect her until her death. The heart as a medical issue is a symbol of Iris having a broken heart that has lost so much love that it has made a physical impact on her health. There is a heart issue which has been connected to broken heart. The Mayo Clinic has stated that broken heart syndrome is a temporary heart condition that is often brought on by stressful situations such as the death of loved ones. People with broken heart syndrome may have chest pain or even a heart attack. Broken heart syndrome displays the human body can be affected by mental pain and love is an atrocious feeling that does nothing more than ruin the lives of people. Love of possessions has negative implications when the possession is lost or destroyed. Love between family members creates issues involving the effects of grief and depression. Finally, love can result in the tragedy of death itself. Love is a natural feeling for people, but it needs to be controlled. Instead of expressing oneself, they should consider what possible consequences may occur from loving someone or something, as it could have extremely dire consequences in the future.